Hi everyone, Natasha here. Welcome to Natasha's Healthy Living, where we are nurturing wellness naturally. One of the ways I like to do that is by using a paper planner to help me slow down, be a little more mindful, take a break from the screens, and plan and organize my day. So I'm up here in my office. It's another rainy day, and we are watching that rain come on the radar and keeping an eye out on the roads because we've had some flash flooding in our area. So if you're watching this, I hope that you're safe and well. And other than that, we're kind of having a low-key day. My daughter has some friends here playing, so you may hear some kid noises in the background from time to time. And I snuck away up here to my office to do a little planning for the week ahead. So if you want to join me, grab your planner and something cozy to drink, and we'll get to planning right after this. So stay tuned for that, and welcome to my office. Welcome back to my home. I'm so glad you're joining me today. So I have my Jane's Agenda Discbound planner here. This is in the classic size, which is the 7 by 9 1/4, I think, something like that. I have the Jane's Agenda 1.5 inch gold discs, and this is a Jane's Agenda blush snap-on cover. And if you've been around here for a little while, then you've seen that and kind of know my usual setup. I did add the back of the cover. Last week I mentioned this, and I'm enjoying having this as an extra pocket now. So I'm keeping my Jordan Essentials Spring Summer catalog with me, but it also gives me a place to hold the bloom stickers, and they're not sliding around as much because this extra pocket is keeping everything a little more secure. And speaking of Jordan Essentials, we just launched our spring gift collection, which is a really nice collection. There's a lot of good essential oil, healthy products for moms, for dads, for graduates, for teachers, for nurses. So if you're on the hunt for something a little unique or different, if you're looking for some gift giving ideas that it's not food and it's not just stuff that's going to sit around someone's home, I'll link below my shopping link for my Jordan Essentials web store, and I'll also try to remember to link the video I put out this morning, which shares not only our Joyful Jordan subscription box for the month of April, but also that whole spring gift collection. So you can see that if you're kind of looking to shop for something other than planner related stuff. But if you're here, I know you're a planner like me. So this is the opening pages of my planner. I've got the cardstock and the floral cover that came in the April Deluxe Subscription Box from Jane's Agenda. And then let's go ahead and just jump right in to, well, a couple of things. First, I love having this hybrid dashboard divider from Jane's Agenda as my monthly flip. So I can just grab this from the bottom and flip right open to my monthly page, which is really helpful. So that's working out well. Last week you saw how I had everything decorated and set up going into the month. And then we'll talk about my daily and weekly plans. So I had mentioned I was going to try using these smaller Jane's Agenda daily planning pages. These are undated. I'm pretty sure these came in a sub box, maybe an August box, like 2 years ago now, maybe 3, I can't remember. But we got a whole little selection of planner insert pages and a cover and discs, and you could make your own little mini planner. So I thought I'd try using these. I did a couple of days, and it worked okay, but it kind of felt tedious to set this up once I had really set up my weekly page. So I think going into this next week, I'm just going to try using this weekly setup. It really is a nice hybrid design. This is the one that came in the April Deluxe Subscription Box, if you got that. And I believe it's coming to the shop with a July start date. So if you're wanting to get this, you could redate it. You could just white out and redate it, or you could just plan on starting in July with this. I think it's called the Weekly 31 insert design. So this is how I set up this past week. I kind of stuck with my weather here at the top, and then any appointments right after that. And then I squeezed in my task list, which some days I didn't have much at all, other days I had more. Kind of looking at this now, I think for the next week I want to try using a marker or something to highlight the dividing lines for the days, just because when I'm looking at it this way now, it's kind of all a blur and my eye doesn't easily see the different days. So I think I'm going to do that differently going into this next week. And then besides that, I did grab a piece of loose leaf paper that had some pretty dark, thick lines, because I want to try using that to see if I lay it under the page and I can use it to help me kind of have some guidelines. Or the other thought I have is I have the Jane's Agenda dot grid printable. So I had the thought that I could potentially just run this page through my printer with that dot grid printable like overlaid on the top of it. But obviously I won't need it up here, and it's going to be printing on these headers here, which I don't necessarily need. So I thought, well, for this week I'm going to try it with the loose leaf, and we'll see if that works and shows through. I mean, this is not college rule, which I think probably a college rule would be better, but I don't know if I have anything on hand that's college rule. So let's go ahead and set this aside. I'm going to flip back to my monthly page so that I can take a look at the week ahead. And okay, today is Saturday. I just had a panic moment because I saw both my dad's birthday and that I have to give out communion tomorrow at Mass. And I thought, oh no, did I miss it? But it's not yet Sunday. So let's set that up there to the side. And I'm actually going to grab the other half of this weekly spread. So I'm using these like this, which has been good. And you can see what I did last week on this page was divided my checklist up by my business related things, home and family related things, and then my personal things that I wanted to do. Because I didn't set this up until midweek, I didn't really use my habit tracker, but that's fine. I feel like this past week was kind of all over the place. My daughter's been kind of sick. Like, I think she just has a cold. She has no fever. She hasn't had any major symptoms, or it could just be a combination of allergies and a cold because it's allergy season for us. Anyway, she kept going to school and then getting sick enough at school where she didn't feel well, and she was in the nurse's office. So I was picking her up and bringing her home. We did that 2 days in a row. She stayed home from school one day, and then Friday I just said, let's try staying home again and resting. So anyway, my days and my week were just kind of off. So that's okay. Weeks are like that sometimes. If you're a parent, you know, you just have to go with the flow sometimes. So now I'm looking at this, and probably if I had like a light table, it would show up even better. I can kind of see that. I think what's happening is because I have writing on the back, and these other lines, it's kind of muddying the lines a little bit, but I think it's going to work just to give me something to go off of. So let's go ahead and line that up there. And then I think I'm just going to, what do I want to use, like a paper clip or a piece of washi tape? I think a washi tape would be better. So let's see, just get a little skinny piece here. And actually that reminds me, there was a washi tape that I saw earlier, and I thought, oh, I should remember to use that. Well, I can't find it, but I think it was a gold maybe. So anyway, what does this say here? Love, thanks, amazing, fabulous, hello, beautiful. Okay, well, that is a nice little one. Maybe I'll end up sticking it down on my page, but first I'm just going to use that to line things up on the page. Plus this will give me kind of a buffer with the on my desk, so kind of like a desk pad where it'll soften up the writing experience. Okay, so I have that first. Get my Friction 4-color pen and then flip back to my monthly spread. So what I did last week was use the focus and the goals. Let's see, how did I use this? So the focus was kind of cleaning and project related things that I felt like I wanted to work on, and then also my zone cleaning for the week. And then the goals were actually tasks that I wanted to accomplish. And I think that worked pretty good. So I'm going to do something similar today. So let's actually start with the zone cleaning. So this coming week is going to be zone 2, kitchen. And I need to finalize our taxes. I have them pretty well put together, but I need to go through one more time and take a look at them and then get them filed this week. I'll have my 2 videos that go up. And I'm trying to be better about filming these ahead of time and getting them up on time. So we'll see if I do better next week on Wednesday and Saturday. And then I worked on the front sidewalk, cleaning that up, but I want to do the front flower beds if I can. We've had so much rain. I don't know. It might just be a muddy mess, but it's a good time to pull weeds, and I have this winter creeper vine that's like taking over, so if I could get some of that pulled up by the roots after it's been raining so much, that would be good. Okay. So the weather I'm going to have to go in and do later, but that's okay. With having this line showing in here, it's actually, I think, okay, I'm thinking out loud for a minute. I can write pretty small, but I'm deciding if I want to move this up a smidgen to, so if I have it line up there, okay, let's try that. So I'm going to line up this bottom line with those blue lines. I think I have that pretty straight. So that way, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but I can see there's a line showing through right there. So that means this whole upper section will be for my weather and all that kind of stuff. And then I think I'm gonna take my yellow dot marker and use it to line the lines. Now, hopefully this won't be too bright and busy, so we'll find out. Yellow might be the wrong choice, but that's kind of the theme I was trying to go with this month, so that's why I'm choosing it. But I just want something that visually separates these days a little more, so we'll see if this is it or if I regret it. Probably need to clean my ruler just a little bit to make sure I don't have any leftover ink from another project. Okay. So you'll have to let me know if you have been experiencing some pretty bad weather in your area. I know we had a tornado touchdown in a town maybe 45 minutes away last week, plus we've had all this rain, so it's definitely been sort of a tumultuous spring for us. We haven't had any snow yet, and we typically won't get snow in April, but it has happened, so it's not completely out of the question. And I think I'm just gonna put a line across here too to kind of separate that. Okay, I kind of like that. And then the other thing I think I'm gonna do is, let's see, grab a yellow. So I have, this is a Koi coloring brush pen. Might be too bright, but I think I wanna kind of highlight the day just to, again, make it a little more visual. just makes me feel like I can see it more easily. And then I'm actually going to do the goals and the focus. Okay. All right, now down to what I was doing, which was my schedule. So I have my nephew's birthday. Where's my other? I think I have a different color on here. Yes, so this is gonna be for the weather, so I think I'm gonna put it first. And we have the it's our bulky trash pickup day, so I'm trying to decide where I want to put that. Actually, that's most important on Sunday, that I put everything out on Sunday. So maybe I'll add that to my checklist. So let's go ahead and do the schedule part of things. And I don't know if I'm going to have my call with Allison, so I need to find out about that. I might leave a little bit of space there, so I'm going to do 12 o'clock is Leader Live, so that's a Facebook Live for all of the Jordan Essentials directors and hire. And then at 1 o'clock I am doing a Zoom for my team. That's kind of an office hours, and then we're going to go over all of the new products that just launched in the spring gift collection. I don't have any meetings in the evening, so I think that is good. Those are the two main things I have going on. And then let's see how I want to do my dots. So I think I did 7 before, but now having these lines means I could space it out a little bit more. 3, 4, 5. I think I'm going to just do that. 5 per day feels good, because then the rest can be on that on this page. So this can be kind of ongoing things that need to get done at some point in the week, but having, boy, these lines, it's like I can see them and then I can't. Having these 5 to-do dots gives me a place to at least put anything that comes up that's got to be done that day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's definitely spacing them out a little bit more. I'll just do 3 and 3. Okay. Then Tuesday I'll be working at my tax job, and that's gonna be from 8 to 2. Is that right? Yeah. And then we have gymnastics in the evening. Okay, making sure you can see. Yeah, all right. Then Wednesday, my hands are cold, sorry. Wednesday, all we have is PSR in the evening, which I teach that, so definitely will be there. And then I don't know yet if I'm going to be working, since my part of tax season is kind of winding down. There's not a whole lot more I can do to help my boss. She still is swamped, but I'm going to put it down, and I won't really know until I get there on Tuesday how the workload is and if there's a lot that I need to come in and do, but I'm going to plan for that. Then Thursday, I guess I don't have anything in the evening. I feel like basically went up 1, 2. Feels like that's, no, I guess that is about how far up it was. Okay, so Thursday is also going to be, I'm overthinking this, but I'm trying to decide if I want to put this towards the top or not. So where did I have this up there? About 8 1/4, or I mean 1 1/4 inches. So that would be there. Okay, so it's that line. It just looked like it was off. I keep thinking that I had something Thursday evening, but I don't know what it is. So I guess if I think of it, I will put it on there. Oh, I just remembered what it was. My daughter has a follow-up doctor's appointment at 4:15. She ended up with a ruptured eardrum after being out in the woods with her friends, and somehow or another a little stick got poked in her ear and it ruptured her eardrum. So that was 6 weeks ago. Luckily, seems like it's healing okay, but we do have that appointment to just double check that it's healing properly. That might be what I was thinking of, that it felt like I had something else to do. Okay. And then Friday will be a work from home day for me. And Saturday we don't have any plans. Sunday we don't have any plans. So now let me do a couple of things. We have bulky trash pickup, so I want to make sure that's all down to the road first thing in the morning. Usually we put it out sometime over the weekend, weather depending. And there's a joke in our town that this once a year bulky trash pickup day is known as the town shuffle, because people start putting things out at the end of the road, or, you know, by the road, by their driveway, sometimes as early as Friday, if the weather's going to be nice all weekend. And then everyone just like peruses the town and checks out everybody's pile of stuff to see if there's anything they want. A lot of times there is good stuff. Like I've gotten a pair of nice lamps, and we actually got a little dresser for my daughter when she was a baby, and I just painted it and cleaned it up, and she still has used that in her room. Now it's down in the basement holding toys, but there's a couple of folks in the area that do a lot of scrapping, so then they'll go through and grab anything metal that they can get money for and scrap. So it's just kind of a fun way to get rid of all that stuff you keep in your basement and your shed and you think you're going to do something with it. So that's that. Tuesday I need to get recycling down to the road because our pickup is on Wednesday. And this past week, I think I shared this in my video on Wednesday, our recycling bin was full, and I was gambling with the wind if I left it out Wednesday morning to be picked up, if it was going to get blown over or not before it got emptied. And it did indeed get blown over. So then I had to do a little excursion through my yard and the neighbors' yards to get all the recycling that got blown around. And in the end, I never did hear the recycling truck come. So I'm wondering if they just didn't come because of the weather, because that was the day that we were expecting to get strong winds and possibly tornadoes, which thankfully we didn't get that. We just had a lot of wind. But anyway, I brought my can back up completely full and put it back in the shed because there was just, I didn't want to have to pick up recycling again. So that'll need to go out for sure. And then Sunday is our trash day. So that's that. And then I'm looking at the dates just to double check. I don't have any certain bills that need to be paid. Not until I think the 20th is when I have one bill that I have to pay, that I don't have it scheduled to just auto pay. Okay, so I think that's it for my weekly plan there. And then let's take a look at this page and see if I can just borrow this little washi tape and do the, actually this one I don't need the washi tape for, so maybe I'll just stick it down here for a little decoration. It's not yellow, but it's pretty nonetheless. And it has a nice little message and it fits down there beautifully. So there we go. Just got a little decorating in while I was at it. All right, so I need to look at the back of this to see how I did it. So pretty sure I used my, this is a friction set of markers. I don't remember, Friction Light it's called. And this is the natural color, colorway. And then this was a sticker from Jordanvention that I stuck in there just because I liked how the colors all coordinated. So I liked having the same, I liked these categories, so I think I'm going to keep them the same. So I had Jordan Essentials as one, and that's kind of my Jordan Essentials and all the other business related tasks that go with that. And then I have my home and family one. And again, just kind of groups everything together, but it's a good visual for me to remember. And I think I did this lighter pink for anything personal. I would use a purple, but the Friction purple highlighter just doesn't ever seem to be very pigmented. It almost looks like a very pale gray, and it's not really my favorite because it doesn't really look purple, so we'll go with pink. But I like these because you can do things like clean up edges. I'm never the greatest at highlighting a completely straight line, so that works. Okay. And then for my habits, I did, I did this orangey color. And I'll just quickly add that. So we've got my daughter's memory book and my daily photo declutter. All right. Oh, and then I also highlighted down here the week that we were on. So what are we on? This is starting with April 7th. I don't know why. I mean, we're just barely into April, but I feel like in my mind, I'm already thinking we're in the middle of the month. So I'm not sure what that is all about. I'm trying not to be thinking that far ahead, but I guess because it's been a lot happening already this week that it feels that way. So I think that's everything I would need to put in there to start with. And then the rest will just be to-do list items that get added. And I'm kind of debating about if I want to grab one more week and set up one more week. So it would be this week here and this. Let me look at my week. So that's going to be the week of the 14th. I think today I'm just going to do this one week. I'm feeling like I need to get back to the family. Like the kids have been quiet for a little while, and even though my husband's hanging out down there too, I'm just nervous about what I'm going to find when I go down there. Do you have kids? Have you been around kids and you know what I'm talking about? Like, I just feel like I've been away too long and I don't know what I'm going to find. So that's all right. We'll leave it at that. At least I have a start to setting up my week, and it really is kind of a nice change of pace just to know this is everything I need to see. And now that it's set up, all I have to do is go through and, you know, add my to-do list. I just realized I didn't label those, so let's go ahead and do that really quickly. I'm actually going to grab, this is kind of my backup Friction collection with all of the 7 size, like the tip size that's a 7, so it's a little bit thicker. So let's label these really quickly. But anyway, I just feel like I need to get back down there and see what's happening. They might be fine. I'm sure they're not getting into too much trouble because my husband's down there, but just in case, we will get back to the family. And then this is personal. Okay, there we go. That was quick and easy to get that set up. So now I can start off the week ready to hit the ground running, know what I need to get done, and get started on the never-ending to-do list. So thanks for joining me. I hope that was a little motivating and fun just to plan together. Hopefully you got something done as well. Maybe it was folding a load of laundry or cleaning out a desk drawer or finalizing those tax papers if you're still working on that like I am. And other than that, thanks for joining me today. Thanks for being here. And don't forget to like and subscribe. I will have my Jane's Agenda affiliate link down in the description box below as well. So if you're interested in shopping Jane's Agenda, you can check that out. And I will look forward to seeing you on Wednesday. We're going to be doing some more decluttering with my 12-week declutter series on Wednesday. And then on Saturday, we'll be back for some more planning. So have a good one, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.